This is something that, to me, it's kind of mind blowing that nobody even really talks about it. When you talk to women who do have sort of a good relationship with men or a good understanding of them or more of an acceptance mindset of men, they'll tell you a lot of their girlfriends, a lot of the people they interact with hate men. And at first, it's not something that's super easy to notice. You just have to kind of observe and sit around and just listen to the way women talk about men. And men don't hate women. Men actually naturally want to protect women. They naturally want to take care of women. They naturally see women as something to pour into, something to guide, something to help, protect, nurture. But these days most women hate most men, and that's just the truth of it. But the crazy part about most women hating most men is that women will always continue to look for a man. They'll make it seem like they're not. They're going to make it seem like they're just at the gym working on themselves for themselves. They'll make it seem like they do their hair for themselves. They'll make it seem like they do their nails for themselves, but they're constantly putting themselves in a position to be chosen by a man. They'll constantly be putting themselves in a position to be chosen by the very thing that they hate, which is men. But the thing is, they don't hate all men, they just hate most. And there's a type of man that they like. It's their fairy tale guy. They don't hate him until he decides to do what he wants. They'll run into him, they'll realize that they can't control him, and now they'll put him in the category of the men that they hate. They'll call him a narcissist. If women meet a man who, in their mind, should act a certain way, should pedestalize them, should treat them like a princess, however, they never assess, do they have the type of personality that would garner a man to treat them like a princess. Women will select you and basically let you know, I choose you. And what they expect is that you treat them the way that they've always wanted to be treated. They don't expect you to treat them the way you see that they deserve to be treated. So they hate most men. Now they find a man that, okay, this guy seems like he works. This guy seems like I have desire for this guy. And now they're trying to position the relationship and the interaction in a way where you will pedestalize them. Now, you got to remember that she wants to be treated like a princess. However, she's never truly worked on herself in order for her to be able to carry herself like the type of woman who should be treated like a princess. She's just going to show up and she's going to be like, I'm a princess. Treat me that way, motherfucker. Now, they forget that men actually get a choice too. We get to assess your personality and see if you are worthy of being treated like a princess. And that's where things get murky, because there's nothing a woman hates more than to come across a man that she wants, she desires. He's got the right amount of money, he's got the right body, he's got the right personality, and then he does not treat her like a princess. She hates that. She hates you now because you are fucking up her whole story in her mind. She's supposed to be the person who finds the 6'7" rich, tall, handsome guy, and then he's supposed to pedestalize her and treat her like she's a queen. Now, when you don't do that, it just ruins her entire plan. And men are narcissists, right? However, to me, having a whole set out plan for your life in regards to someone else, having a way that you expect them to treat you without you doing anything to deserve that, having an entire romantic story, the wedding dress picked out, basically having a silhouette of a man already in your mind, and then whoever is in front of you, you just want to force them to be like that. I mean, I guess that's not narcissistic, right? To have it all just be expected. You're just going to show up as who you are, and he's just supposed to be exactly what you want him to be for you because it's your world, right? And you're the main character, and everybody else isn't really a person in their body. You are, and everybody else is just like a part of your story. So he's just got to act the way you need him to act for you. But men are narcissists. For all the guys out there who have been pretty desired by women and who have had to walk away from women, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like everything was fine, you didn't cheat on her, you didn't do anything wrong, but you decided that the relationship is not going the way you want. She's not a long term option. You see some flags, I won't even call them red. You just see some things that won't work for your personality. It doesn't even have to be nothing crazy. It could be that she does everything perfect, but she vapes, and you don't want a vapor in your life. So you make an objective, logical decision to move on. It's just funny to see like how a woman acts when you're simply trying to move on. Like, she has to actually find a reason to hate you. She can't just be like, damn, like, I'm sad that I lost you. I'm sad that you feel like I'm not good enough. This is a lesson for me to work on myself. This is how men kind of, well, this is at least how I've seen men react to being broken up with. They eat it, they accept it, they don't berate the person, talk shit about the person. They simply see it as an opportunity to grow. They go to the gym, They try to make more money. They try to self-improve. They don't try to hate the girl. They don't have shit to talk about her to their friends. If you ever try to leave a woman who is like leaning more on the narcissistic end, which honestly it's most women, they will literally find ways. They'll try to trigger things in you on the way out to have a reason to hate you. It's almost like a coping mechanism. It's like, instead of feeling sadness that I lost this person, I'd rather feel hatred and trick my brain into thinking I'm the one walking away because I didn't want him in the first place. But he left you though, but you hate him. But last week you didn't hate him. This week you got to hate him this week because it helps you to be able to have power or leverage in the situation when it comes to like emotions and stuff, because you can't take it that you might have to look in the mirror and actually get better and do better. So you got to hate him and make it seem like there's something wrong with him. But men are narcissists. Remember that. Men are narcissists, not women. The people with the entire storyline planned and an entire way scripted out that you're going to treat them. They'll say things like, my man will open doors for me. My man will do this for me. Like they're basically, it's not even about you. Like, let's say your name's Roger. Roger, you don't matter. You're a silhouette for the way she wants to be loved and treated. It doesn't, you're not the actual person that matters. Like, it's her story. You're the guy who does the things for her. You're the guy who treats her this way. You're the guy who takes her to the promised land. It's not about you, like your name, like your little personality traits and your quirks and all these little things. It's not about that. It's about her. It's her story, bro. You just fit in it. So when she tells you to remodel the kitchen, you better remodel that damn kitchen, because she had that in her mind. She been was going to remodel the kitchen. Since she was 15 years old, she knew her husband was going to remodel the kitchen for her. So you better remodel that kitchen. But men are narcissists, not women. Women should be treated gently and put on a pedestal, and they're little flowers. They're flowers that take you to child support court and try to lie on your name and say you did things to them that you never did in order to ruin your relationship with your kids. And someone's going to be like, someone has to say it. They have to say, man, this guy's been through a lot. He's really hurt or he's bitter. No, I'm not. I can simply see. Like, literally, I can see, and I talk about the truth. And I'm actually quite disappointed in humans in general, like both genders, not just women, but men also. I think men are ridiculous for being incompetent, fat, and thinking that their woman's supposed to stay with them and just be happy to be with them the entire time. Like, no, she shouldn't, because you don't try. Like, you're just lazy and you drink beer and watch sports all day. That's not a pursuit. That's not something that is like, that's not a conqueror's mindset. That's basically folding to life, in my opinion. Watching other people play sports all day and drinking beer, to me, that's just what it is. But like I said, both genders have their issues. But right now, I'm just talking about narcissists. So I'm talking about men, of course. If I'm talking about narcissists, I can't be talking about women, because women are not narcissists. They're flowers and gentle creatures. They're just unassuming, just walking around the grocery store. They're not doing anything intentional. They're not pulling their pants all the way up so their private part print is in your face. It's just how it fits. They do makeup for themselves too, and the boob jobs, the Botox, everything. Dating in your 50s is going to be fun. However, there's Botox all over your face. Makes no sense. But anyway, that's all I got to say today. Just one of those free speaking videos that I'll be dropping here and there when I don't have a topic. I don't plan on staying on the topic. It's just for the people who really want to rock with me for a long time. So you'll get stuff like this sometimes. Anyway, talk to you guys next time.